Good morning and welcome to May. Time flies, doesn't it? And I think especially as you get older, that most certainly is the case. And it's a reminder to all of us that we have to make the most of every day that we have on this planet. And I'm certainly trying to do that. And I have been for many, many decades. I'm watching a little orange tip in the water. It's one of my wife's floats. Will it be successful today? I'm sure it will. I've just cast out. I'm in the boat channel and I'm fishing 2 red maggots, and I've put out some brown crumb and mixed maggots. I'll mix a certain amount of crumb in the bucket that I've got there. So I've got a bigger bucket that carries all the crumb itself, the dry crumb, and then I'll mix it in that smaller tub, and if I need more I can mix more. If I don't, that's enough. So that's the best way to do it, isn't it? Not just arrive and mix up a whole load of stuff, because especially in the winter you might not need it all, just as you go along. Well, I have only just cast out, so early days yet. I'll be back with a perch. I've got my first bite, a couple of dips on the float, a few seconds between them. Will it develop? Unfortunately it didn't. However, that's very encouraging, isn't it? It means that I've got at least one fish out there in the area that I've baited up. On my last session I predicted a perch and caught a roach. This time it's the same again. Fish number 2, and it's another roach. That was very interesting because I came here with the target of perch in mind. I always tend to do that when I go fishing, have a particular species that I'm after. If I catch anything else, that's fine. No such thing as a nuisance fish, but I've just hooked into a good bream. I saw it in the water. Unfortunately, it was a hook pull. And I say it's interesting because in this particular section, this wider area where I am now, I have fished previously and caught some very nice bream indeed. And you don't know if after all that time they've moved on or whatever the case may be, but that's encouraging. And especially if I do get into another one, because they are shellfish of course, then that could be the target when I return to this particular place, and no doubt I will after I've had that encounter with the good slab. Well, slab relatively speaking, not the huge double figure fish of the gravel pits, but from the canal, very nice indeed. As I so often say, when we talk about fish weights, they should always be taken into account with the venue that we're on. Right, let's see if I will be back with a perch, another roach, or maybe even a bream. I could tell from the bites that I've been getting what was out there. Hooked into it, played it, netted it. It's on the bank and in front of my iPhone. The best bream of the year so far as well. And from the canal, very special indeed. I'm playing another fish. It's not a bream though. It's my favourite, the perch. The hook's just inside the mouth, so I will need the forceps on that one. But before I do, there it is. As always, I list the tackle in the blog entry, but there's the rod and the reel. Maxima Chameleon, 4 pound. Been using that for many, many years. Never let me down. Stick with it. Size 14 hook, a couple of maggots. There's the anchor shot, about 3 inches away from the hook. Always important when you're on the canal. And then nothing else at all until we come to the float. My wife will be very happy again because it's one of her handmade creations that I got for my birthday this year. Couple of shot just below it. Perfect. Does the business, Debbie. As I very often say, another one bites the dust. Another excellent canal bream.